Hi all, I am back with yet another discussion on career. As you all know, I am Ambika Warrior, a counseling psychologist, a career counselor, a parenting expert, a person who uses transactional analysis, REBT, EFT kind of modalities to help people with therapies as well. In my last video, I had spoken about job versus career, the difference between a job and a career path. I also had touched upon the importance of why one must meet a professional career guidance and a counseling expert when in doubt. So I thought this was a very apt time to go ahead with the topic today. We all have heard of the proverb which goes, change is the only constant. And if you see, these are the times of change. There are a lot of changes happening. Some of them we do appreciate, some of them we are not too comfortable with. But do we have an option? Not really. Yes, we have an option to be flexible. So this is where we have to start thinking. As a parent, I'm 100% sure that you all have big ideas, big dreams for your children, especially if your child is in 9th or 10th. Because this is the right time to think of a stream that the child must take. Or even if the child has appeared for his or her 12th exams, what is the graduation stream that the child must take? If the child has taken sciences, should the child just go in for a BSc or should he go in for something else? Should he give the NEET exam or the engineering entrance exams? If the child has taken commerce as subjects in 11th and 12th, should the child appear for BBA or go for BCom? And if the child has taken humanities, there are various options. The child could take economics as major, psychology or history or geography or political science. There are so many things that you all could consider. But now suddenly everything has come to a change. Am I not right? And now I'm sure along with your children, you are also a little confused as to what would happen. Let me start with a very simple example. When the classes started online, when the schools announced or when the government announced that the schooling would go online until a decision is taken on when the schools would begin, face-to-face teaching would begin, weren't we as parents a little concerned about how will my child adapt to the online teaching, online studying, online grasping without direct contact with teacher? And I'm sure as teachers also, some of us did think about the same things. But have you noticed how quickly the child adapted to the changes? That is because the child is more flexible. The child was ready to adapt to the changes. Similarly, now with this changing scenario, it is time that we adults start rethinking. Now there would be a lot of reconstruction in the economy, and because of that there would be a lot of changes happening in the professional life. If I have to put it in a very simple way, the way you look at career, the way children would start looking at jobs have to change. So it is important that we understand the child's temperament and the child himself understands his own temperament. So by temperament, I am trying to mention about the child's personality traits, the personal preferences the child has. It's not just the child. Even if you're a professional, I'm sure you understand this much more than a parent would understand for a child. You have seen your job scenario changing all of a sudden in the past 1.5 to 2 months. So don't you think it is very important for you to understand your own personal preferences now with regards to the career, with regards to yourself? Understand what is it that interests you in the career. Understand what are the values you're attaching to the career that you're already in and the skills and abilities that you can enhance upon. And maybe if you have to take a little detour from the current job or career that you are in, you could easily do that. So now how do you do that? We at Ananda Center for Counseling, we use scientific tools which was researched upon over 10,000 people. And this tool has been created by feeling minds. So the feeling mind protocol uses 4 different characteristics or attributes to come to a conclusion as to which career path would be most suitable for a particular person who is undergoing the test. So it looks at the combination of personality preference, the career interest, the career values, and the skills and abilities a person possesses. And when all the 4 matches, it comes up on the top. So probably your child is a person who is interested in all the subjects. The child is really good in studies. But is there a guarantee that you have as a person that the child wants to do medicine or engineering? Probably not. Yeah, the child may listen to you because you think that is the way the child should go, because that's the traditional way of thinking and selecting a job. If the child scores above 85%, you take science. If the child scores anywhere between 75 to 85, then it is commerce, and then the ones that are below go in for humanities. But now the entire scenario has changed, and it would change in the future. So when you understand where the interest of the child lies, or even if you are in a profession already, when you understand where your interest is, despite being good in all the subjects, probably the child wants to pursue political sciences. So this always comes up in the career profiling that we do. So whether you are a parent or whether you are a professional who is looking at the changing scenario, this would completely help you take a calculated decision. And with the changing scenario, you would also understand which is the stream that would help the child in the long run. When we talk about career, we are not looking at the next 5 years after the studies of the child. Career is always lifelong, which is why I'm consciously using the word career and not job. Job is where we switch and hop. Career is something where we do not do that. It is our passion. So for example, in the career profiling, you come out as a person who is not very comfortable being in crowd. But you are in a profession where eventually as you grow up the ladder, you're supposed to face crowd, or you become a PR manager, or you become the communications manager of an organization. Do you really think that you would be comfortable doing that job? Yes, you would do that job because that's expected of you. But would that be your passion? Would you be doing that job? Now I'm using the word job here. Would you be doing that job wholeheartedly, or would it be a mechanical work to do? I'm sure this example would give you some insights as to why it is important for you to understand your own personal preference. And would you be really interested in such a job? Or would you prefer to take a back seat and do all the possible support work? So now you understand why interest is very important. Similarly, the value you attach to a career is also important. Is it the authority that you're going to feel from the job or the career that you take up? Is it the leadership qualities that you attach value to? Is it the money that you attach value to? Is it the fame you attach value to? So when you understand these things, you can link each and every point to each other. And now finally comes your skills and abilities. Maybe you lack in some skills or some abilities, and that is one area which can be enhanced consciously. So unless you go through a proper scientific guided tool and test, how would you get to know about it? So friends, I think everybody must seriously think of going through such an assessment for your own good, and then take a conscious decision on how to go about with your future and have a beautiful career and enjoy the passion that you really have inside you. If you have any doubts, please feel free to comment in the box below, or please feel free to WhatsApp in the number given in the description, or email in the email ID given in the description. Thank you so much for your time. Wish you all the best.